And he's just proud, seeing how happy I am. I've got these stamps and it says like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
I have no doubt. Bonnie Blue's about to snap, and it's been coming for a while. She got banned on OF, and that's kind of kicked this all off. That is, by the way, arguably the worst thing you could have done to her. And it's even getting to the point now where
why do we have so many American commentary channels and there's never British ones? I might have to drop Geese a sub. Before I even watch the video, I might have to say, yo, love this. Please do more. Because we need more of these. I'm tired of these American. Yeah, so good day for the unemployed. And then he puts two gay niggas kissing on my screen. I don't like that, bro. That shit is weird, bro.
She's having to wear disguises to go out in public. And that might actually be the least of her worries at the moment. The accusations are piling up, the funniest of which is that she's had a secret sex change.
So there's now speculation that Bonnie Blue was actually a man, someone called Kyle Butler.
Now, Bonnie Blue aside, this is kind of terrifying. We're on like the cusp of indistinguishable AI, and yet boomers are still kind of routinely being tricked by iPhone apps.
Kyle Butler had to change when he was 13 and then became Bonnie Blue. Damn.
Such a
classic
retard.
13-year-old that. The best of us would have fallen for this. You know what? In comparison to what's happened this week, all of this is just basically noise, because Bonnie Blue got in a room this week with a lad called Andrew Tate. I'm not entirely sure who he is. He might be a bus driver. I've had a look at his file and it says something about traffic. But this podcast, in theory, is like the culmination of two completely...
Yo, is it just me, yeah? Or when these unnecessarily hate on man, you just kind of get cringed out? Like, I've watched so many videos to the point where they start talking about, oh, Andrew Tate's out about trafficking. And then, like, you kind of just think, like, damn, like, it's the same as DDG. Remember that one video we watched and some nigga was just hating on DDG the whole video for no reason?
Oh yeah, AD.
I was like, I don't know. Sometimes I just kind of, I'm like, bro, like, you don't, like, I'm confused. I don't hate on nobody unless I know what the f is happening with them. Like, I actually know myself. It don't make, I don't know, bro.
Traffic. But this podcast, in theory, is like the culmination of two completely opposing forces coming together.
I don't know, bro. I might have to delete my comment now. I actually low-key pissed man off.
As you can probably imagine, it went exactly how you thought it would go.
I would argue that a lot of the men who f you are gay.
No, it can be intimidating though for guys.
No, it's not about intimidation. They are gay.
Obviously, it's unhinged. I think that might be a given. But at the same time, this might be the most profound philosophical dialogue of our time.
When you see a man who wants to play with a baby all day, that man is probably gay. It's fucking boring.
Well,
So-
it doesn't mean he wants to fuck the kid.
No.
Yo, what did he just say? Yo, everything is gay to this.
See a man who wants to play with a baby all day, that man is probably gay. It's fucking boring.
Oh my
It doesn't mean he
god.
wants to fuck the kid.
No, he's gay.
I actually had a look at the comments before I started watching this. And it's a long podcast, by the way. This is like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I can't watch
Unanimously,
that.
people seem to just think that Tate let her destroy herself. And with some of these clips and some of these unprovoked responses, it's actually not too hard to believe.
Here's some don't kill me. Please.
It's not
That's
1500 anymore.
No, but it doesn't matter. That's what they've all that's all they've ever
Slide
done.
on my third leg.
Oh, I would have let to survive.
Even with the blue eyes and the blonde hair, I don't think even he would go there. But it all really comes down to one thing. You just cannot shame the shameless. There's been so many interviews and podcasts recently where the interviewer has tried to shame Bonnie Blue.
Out of the 1,000 men, there was a lot of barely legal boys. Do you not have a problem with the fact that they're literally borderline underage?
No, because they're 18.
It is poor form because you could say literally everything correct. You could have the moral high ground on basically every issue. No matter what you say, Bonnie Blue would not be rocked. She's impervious to damage.
Yeah,
She
I'm not
just
gonna
keeps-
lie. There's one thing about Bonnie Blue. She don't care about nothing, bro. She has something to say about everything. Everything that someone says about her that's bad, it's good to her. It sounds fucking great.
Walking forward. And almost every single time this happens, she just applies rage bait until the interviewer just self-destructs.
They're still children. My nephew's 18. He's still a child.
I'll send him to me then.
No, I'd absolutely never do that.
Hopefully I'll find him in my queue one day.
No, I don't think he will because he has like respect for himself.
She's a Venus flytrap, and by this point, people should probably know the deal. So with that in mind, a different approach was needed, and that is what we got. He started by paying his respects, and when you're talking to a walking fleshlight, this is probably the greatest of respects that you can pay.
So Bonnie's a hoe.
I don't want to insult Bonnie Blue.
You can't insult me.
I mean, you called her a hoe when I last talked to you.
No, I said she was a whore.
In Camgirl culture, this is the nicest thing he could have said. I just kind of got straight into it after this. He asked the biggest question straight
It's
off the
mad
bat.
though. It's because women like Bonnie Blue, or at least cam girls, and shit, is what made this rich. That's why you don't see him disrespecting hoes. If you want to disrespect them, he knows what he did with them. This guy was Jack the Haughty before Jack the Haughty even knew what a whore was.
Culture, this is the
No
nicest thing
troll.
he could have said. I just kind of got straight
He's
into
the
it after
OG
this.
pimp,
He asked
bro. I
the
can't
biggest
lie.
question straight off the bat.
So what's this about you having a sex demon inside you, Bonnie?
Well, apparently I've got soulless eyes. What do you think? And wait, sorry, I picture this. Me on my knees looking up to you. Tell me if they're soulless.
Or tell me if you're hard.
Do you have a soul?
Now, this is a common theme of Bonnie Blue. A lot of people do think she's a sex demon. I'm not sure I do. I think
Yeah,
she's more like a
straight
robot or
succubus.
something.
She should
It's
get
kind
that
of a
shit
tight
tattooed.
narrative by this point, but she's soulless. And I think all of that is just a function of selling out your personality. To the average person, that would probably be enough to make you feel a bit standoffish. Obviously, though, she ain't
You know what's
speaking
mad
to
though?
a random
It's like
person.
at the end of the day, when she goes to bed at night, she is crying. She cries a lot. I can tell she cries a lot. Every woman cries, but she especially goes through some crazy shit. But she has to put on like a crazy front.
So she's making her own choice. That's a fantastic thing. I actually have a lot of respect for you because you own it and you're honest about it.
Now, in fairness, he might just be trying to secure a contract for his Camgo agency, but the amount of respect being given in this conversation is hard to believe. And on that point, because it is a common theme of Bonnie Blue at this point, she went on to talk about her family.
Like my parents, I mean, everyone says my parents can't love me, my family must have disowned me. It's not the case. My family brought me up to be independent and live my best life how I want to live. And as much as people think that is so shameful, that's disgusting.
Why do women think being independent is fucking every single dick that you see in your path? I'm confused, bro. That's not being independent, bro. That's not being independent. That's being a whore. It's being a sket. It's not independency, bro.
My family brought me up to be independent and live my best life how I want to live. And as much as people think that is so shameful, that's disgusting. Like, my life's become so much better and I'm happy. As much as people think I should be scarred, should kill myself and everything else, it's like, I am happy. I genuinely live a much better life. So my family are nothing but proud of me. So
Are you really happy?
Really, really happy. Happy and
when
wet
you're
most of the
alone.
time.
Now, this one's actually quite interesting because there was another interview in the last week with a guy called HS Dicky Tocky. And in this, he obviously brings up the same thing everybody else brings up. But one of the points was about a family. And for the first time ever, Bonnie Blue kind of had a little mini breakdown. I don't think anybody's ever seen Bonnie Blue face before, so it is interesting viewing.
What do your parents say about this?
They generally are proud.
No, they're not.
This one is generally boring.
They're not. They're
It's
not.
actually boring me.
They are
I'm
not.
sitting and have the same conversation. Oh, your
They're
parents are
not.
for you. Oh, they're disgusting.
Mate, they can't look at you and think that that's normal.
And I know I said she was impervious, but somewhere deep down, she is, or at least was a human. So she has a breaking point, and I feel like this is it. It must be pushing on some kind of truth.
Has to
She
be.
weren't having it, and for a girl that will take anything, not having this is very telling.
Bonnie, why are you rattled?
I'm not right. I'm getting
Sit
pissed
down.
off.
Come on, sit down.
I'm just getting bored.
Take a
of it
chill
now.
pill. Sit down,
How much
girl.
longer? I'm generally getting bored.
Sit down,
It's the
girl.
same conversations.
Sit down, girl.
Huh? Nah, I'm just getting
Come on,
bored.
Bonnie. Sit down.
The same
Come on, you can't take
conversations.
being pressed.
Because you don't
I can't
answer the
take it. I'm just
question.
getting bored.
No, you just can't take being pressed. It's fine.
Now, for a girl that has maybe 4 dialogue options, crashing out over repeated questions is pretty funny. And you'll also know as well as I do, the only time you really get agitated when you're being pressed, well, it's when people are
Yo,
saying
this game is
truth.
scaring
You
the
only
f*** out
go
of
back
me.
to the Andrew Tate clips. To anybody else, obviously, this would have been an insult.
I mean, you called her a when I last talked to you.
No, I said she was.
So if that ain't phasing her, but the other stuff is, then obviously there's got to be something there. This led me down quite an interesting path, to be fair. It reminded me of the old videos she used to do with her family. Like the ones about her dad, for example. These ones are so insane that it's hard to believe it's true.
Dad say about it? Honestly, he loves it. Like, obviously, he doesn't sit watching the videos, but like, all my social media, my TikToks, he'll have a look at, and he's just proud seeing how happy I am. I've got these stamps, and it says like, I slept with Bonnie Blue, I want to sleep with Bonnie Blue and stuff. And like, I was practicing them on my dad, and my dad was like, I need to go to the pub after this. And he's got like stamps all up his arms to say he slept with his daughter.
I have no doubt.
Yeah, so basically her dad is a top tier gooner and he's watching all of her videos. Does she have a single video that people can watch? I'm not saying I want to watch, I'm just saying like, because I feel like everything that she's saying is a lie. I feel like she doesn't even do anything. She actually has like videos of herself. Watch on Twitter. DNA, how do you know that? I was just checking to see which one of you niggas goon the most. Wow.
Doubt that it could be real. The bloodline is
Wow.
corrupted. Even the person she claims is her mum
DNA.
went on the Reality Check podcast. What are the chances that both your parents are on board? Pretty low, probably. Pretty low.
What was it like after cleaning up after the bang?
Messy. Hundreds of condoms, boxer shorts, tops, stained bed sheets, wet bed sheets.
So even when you hear, you know, that she slept with 158 guys in 2 weeks.
It's just part of a job, and that's
Tolerating it because it's your daughter is one thing, but like
That's
reveling
her
in it
mum?
and going on a public
Her
platform.
mum
and
cleaned up? Oh my God. Oh my days. What? She works for her daughter cleaning up after men that just went inside her daughter.
Talking about cleaning up. Again, it is too insane to be true. Pictures do actually exist in the public domain of what is confirmed to be her mum. I may just be being optimistic, but this has to be a paid actor. I mean, you tell me. I'm no expert on facial features or anything, but it does make so much more sense to me that she would just be hiring actors to spy her real family.
it
That would all
makes
tie in
sense.
because it would make sense why the family question is so touchy. By the way, this wouldn't be the first time she's done exactly this to someone close to her.
Her estranged rugby player husband, Ollie Davidson, is left shocked by Bonnie's debauched antics. While Bonnie recently insisted that Ollie supported her new career and even worked with her behind the scenes, A friend has told the Mail that he believes privately educated Ollie is furious with his wife and wants nothing to do with her.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I mean, it's from a tabloid, the Daily Mail, which has
That's
about
disgusting.
as much credibility as Bonnie
She
Blue.
cheated on him, no? And then they got
in that
divorced?
interview where she crashed out. One of the people walking around with her in her entourage behind the camera, it was the same bloke from the podcast with her mum. Stinks of just a setup. And either way, I
Yeah.
feel so bad for family.
So-
Either they are unapologetically the most tapped people in Britain, or they are complete victims of their daughter, and every time she speaks, the knife is twisted more.
I mean, I guess I contradict myself a little bit because I help society out a lot. And I do that because I...
Which society? The Indians? That's like, what's going on? Has to be in India that she's helping out. There's nobody else that you're helping out.
Well, do you see how many dicks I drain? How many balls I've been emptied out on my face? How many pies I've taken and spit it out? Like,
And how does that help society?
sex workers help, like, reduce rape rates by over 30%.
That sounds like a stat you just made up.
Yeah, you know what? At least the interviewer is...
It is kind of true though. Sex work does help reduce the rates of R-wording and stuff. Because you need to understand that the people who do R-word, they're so horny and they can't get pussy. So they have to R-word basically. African Cheese wants to collaborate. Cause who? Bro. Man's there, bro. Fuck it. Man's there, bro. Who's this? Bro, who's African Cheese, bro?
Hello?
There are hour and 15 minutes vid of her getting gangbanged by 10 guys.
I can't speak, bro.
Hello?
Hey, chill, man.
No
Yo.
fucking way this works.
Yo.
Chat.
Yo, African Cheese.
Yo, what a word, Brody.
Yo, you just disrupted my video, bro. You wanna watch it with me?
Oh, yo, my bad, bro. Yo, I'll stream with you, bro. I'll react with you right now.
All right. We're watching it, bro. Hold on. We're watching this.
All right, that's a bet.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see. I can see.
All right, I'm gonna full screen it.
Bet.
All right, say no more. Let's go.
Not allowing her to say anything without any pushback. And I think she kind of hit a brick wall with this because then she realised she weren't justifying it. With that in mind, she did what she does. She went straight back to default settings.
Like, I'd happily take an 18-year-old on their birthday. Like,
Why?
closer to 18. I just want them, you know, to be young, innocent. I want to strip them from that. I
Yeah,
want to
steal
take
their
their
innocence.
Yo, African Cheese. If you were 18 years old, would you let her take your virginity?
What the fuck? Hell nah, bro. Hold on, go back. Let me see her.
Why?
Closer to 18. I just want them.
Pause it right there. Hell nah, bro. Automatically, she
Why
off the
not,
list, bro.
though? Why not?
She is the highest of the Caucasus of mountains, bro. I don't like that.
I hear that.
personally. You know what I'm saying? I stick
Yeah.
with my beautiful black woman.
What's your type? Black woman?
Oh, absolutely.
Mm.
African, Egyptian, South
Egyptian.
Asian,
Mm.
East Asian.
Mm.
You know, all of the above.
What about,
But if they're
like-
from the Caucasus Mountains? Hell no.
What about Portuguese? You don't like Portuguese girls?
Yo, I fuck with Portuguese, yo. I speak a little, you know, yes, I can't stand la single. Yes, God. What the fuck? Y'all understand a single word that I said?
Yeah, we'll just continue the video from here, because
All right, that's a bet.
that was
You
bare
know, to be
waffle.
young, innocent. I want to strip them from that. I
Yeah,
want to
steal
take
their
their
innocence.
innocence. I want to watch
Like
their
Shang Tsung.
toes curl up as they come the first time from a girl. Like, I love that. And I also think it's educational. So
She really does just have like NPC dialogue options. I must have heard this at this point about 1,000 times. Bonnie Blue, I might be your parents because you've disappointed me. And a disappointment, it only really gets worse as you go on.
me walking
But
around
like, you man, at what point, yeah, is it too many dicks?
Yeah, I agree.
Oh
Like,
my
she-
god,
she-
I forgot this was here. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yo, he was so silent. I swear, my mom's like, I forgot he was here. Bro, at what point, bro? At what point is it too many cocks?
I think once it gets to a point where you're fucking succubus
Mm.
and you're out here trying to steal souls and take innocence, that's too many. You know what I'm saying? She made it a goal. She made it an objective.
But like, if you had to put it at a number,
a number?
yeah, a number, and to the point where you're like, yeah, I can't touch that no more.
I say like 100, son.
Okay.
Fabs, I went to his
100,
stream and
like
this
if you had
nigga is a
100 dicks
full-on
straight.
hippie.
All right, bro, it's time to retire, my nigga. That shit's raps. You go in, and it feel like you in a fucking, I don't know, like a vacuum chamber, bro. Like it's bad, bro.
Yeah. For me, it's probably like 7, or not?
7?
Yeah, 7. After 7, I'm not touching you no more, bro.
I mean, how much more pussy have you been in? Like, have you been in more than 7?
Nah, I'm a virgin, innit?
Vaginas?
But I'm just saying, I'm just speaking hypothetically. Like, that's how many I would like.
Shit.
Yeah, hypothetically. I'm actually gay.
You gay? I am too. How you know? What the fuck?